ค่ะ It's me, Teya, Suchira. If you want to know more about Thailand, please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you not miss anything about my country. Today, I'm not going to talk about Phuket Sandbox only, but I just want to talk about overall about the tourism in Thailand, and also for you guys who already vaccinated and you feel like you're ready to travel. How about Thailand? How about Thailand? So Thailand also, we just trying slowly like a little old turtle, but we still keep walking. And also, you probably have heard a few days ago that the Prime Minister already have a talk on TV and announced to Thai people that he set a goal to open Thailand without a quarantine within the 120 days. So 120 days is like another 4 months. Thailand possibly opened if we can do it. I think the reason that he announced to let Thai people to know about it is just because, first of all, economy. I think it's just because of we need economy in Thailand to get back to Thailand quickly, and also of course tourism is very important and it's one of the main income for this country, and a lot of people who work in tourism, they have a problem about this. It's like almost 2 years now, so that's why the Prime Minister tell Thai people just like to prepare themselves about what is going to be like in the future. So it's good news for everyone. I mean, especially for people who work in tourism, we're starting to have hope. What the Prime Minister say that he knows that even though the country is going to open within 120 days, but this is probably is another way to just help people because they don't have work for a long time. So that is why he wants everyone to take care of ourselves and prepare ourselves. I think it's just because of one of the reason. It's just because of the many Thai people, they are starting to get a vaccination. Every day we get a vaccine. However, you probably have heard that we have a lot of confusion, not just only Phuket Sandbox, Thai people. Thai people also get confused and a lot of messy information about vaccination because when we starting to give a vaccine, they let everyone to make a reservation, like you have to download application, and then after you download application, they're going to tell us when we're going to get our vaccine. And then when is a day to get a vaccine, Thai people go as their appointment, but once when they get there, no vaccine. Of course. Please, don't feel lonely. Not only you who's frustrated about not coming to Thailand or Phuket Sandbox problem or anything about a complication. Also Thailand, we also have to deal about a problem of the vaccination, distribution, and also a lot of the messy information about this. But I also understand just because of sometimes it's out of control. It's just because of we have to buy from another people. The hospital cannot give exactly date which day they can get a vaccine exactly. When the vaccine is late or delayed, that is why a hospital and also a Ministry of Public Health cannot distribute the vaccine as planned, and that is why it's like totally mess, and a lot of the news announce apologize, and another apologize. So I feel very sorry for whoever work in this kind of situation. Like even people who work in a hospital, they have to deal with what Thai people they're going to complain. Oh, lots of complaints. So this time, I think we all have to accept it that it's not easy time for us to manage the vaccination right now. So at the moment, Thailand already had like a registration, like a contract to get a vaccine for 105.5 million doses from 6 companies, which is first one is Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, AstraZeneca, Sinovac, and Sinopharm. And at the moment, they are expecting to give a vaccine for at least for more than 10 million doses a month, which is quite good one. So that's why when they calculate it, they think that, in another 4 months, Thai people would at least get a first jab at least 50 million doses. So it should be quite good time to open the country. And the Prime Minister also said that once when the people get a vaccine, at least first doses, it should be ready to open the country for letting a vaccinated tourists to come back to Thailand. As same as Thai people who already got a vaccine, they also should be able to travel abroad. And also when they return to Thailand, they should be back to the country without a quarantine. As same as you guys are travelers, international travelers. If you want to come back to Thailand, it shouldn't be complicated and also it shouldn't be a quarantine. So this one is he's talking about another 4 months or 120 days. He said that this decision is also will come along with a risk. And when we once open the country, of course, even though we just try to prevent or how much we are ready, but we have to accept in case we're going to have more new cases or increased new cases of COVID-19 when we're starting to open the country. But this is what we have to be aware of. So just because of the another 120 days that he expected to be like that, so at the moment, before another 4 months, what about now? Now until what month? June, July, August, September, I think October, 1st October. So from now until October, what about Phuket Sandbox, right? Some of you thought like, oh my God, Thailand is ready to open the country in another 120 days. What about Phuket Sandbox? Phuket Sandbox is another story. It's totally different. Phuket Sandbox is just like a model for every other provinces who's going to be ready to open. So Phuket Sandbox is like once when they open it, people will just see what's a mistake, what we have to improve, what we have to do and everything. It's just like a study case, I have to say that. But the reason that they use Phuket is just because Phuket is an island and Phuket is the biggest island in Thailand. So you probably don't know about it. Phuket is big enough to call this island as a province. We usually call Phuket Changwat Phuket. Changwat means province. We don't call Got Phuket. We call Changwat Phuket or Phuket province. And this province, we have a lot of different districts inside this island. So just in case you're a tourist, you probably think about Phuket is a tourist destination. But Phuket in Thailand is one of the huge islands where a lot of people living there. But of course, mainly that Phuket is famous is about tourism. Even though when I travel abroad, when people ask me, where are you from? I come from Thailand. Some people say, oh my God, I really want to go to Phuket. I really want to go to Phuket. I feel like, do you know somewhere else? But I don't say anything, but I understand that people just dream of going to Phuket for the sea, for the beach, just in case you love that. Of course, people love it, especially people who come from the cold country, maybe. I don't know. I'm not the beach person. I don't like the sea much. Anyway, so that's why it's suitable for Phuket to be as a good model for reopening the country as a first province. And of course, Phuket, they are very professional about tourism. I guess probably Phuket is the most people who can speak English better than other places in the whole country. This is what I think. So that's why Phuket is going to be a model. And of course, when it once starting to be a model, who's going to be ready? It's all new. I don't think anyone have an experience about how to deal with COVID-19, how to deal when you open the country for a vaccinated tourist. You have to take a risk. I can see the new cases. I can see cases in UK. I heard that in UK, when you open the country for a vaccinated tourist to come into that country, if I'm not wrong, you can correct me. I could be wrong, but this is what I heard. You have to lock down the country again because you have new cases after you open the country. Am I right? Sorry if I'm wrong. But if Phuket is ready, if Phuket is going to really open in July, myself, I believe that it's going to open, but it's going to be like a restaurant that you are not really ready exactly, like food and display, you're not ready yet, but all the customers, they just stay on the line. They're just ready and they're hungry. Oh, come on, I'm hungry. Open. It's going to be a little bit rough, not nice, but everyone can eat that kind of food. I talk about food again. I'm probably hungry again. Yeah, but I hope you understand. It's just like a restaurant that they're not exactly ready. But of course, it's going to be a little bit rough at the beginning. But at the end, it's still yummy food. I think Phuket Sandbox is going to be like that. So right now, the Prime Minister still announced that Phuket Sandbox is going to be really opened. And also, it seems like people in Phuket, they already get a vaccination. I think it's more than 60% right now, and it's almost 70% because of they already distribute all the vaccine to Phuket. Right now, it's just time for them to give a jab to local. In the same time, we're starting to have a lot of people who already done register SHA Plus or CHA Plus. We already got more than 300 hotels of CHA Plus, and lots of hotels starting to slowly having lots of booking from foreigner already. And the detail of the Phuket Sandbox, some of you asking me that if I've heard about the you have to wear a wristband when you walk around in Phuket. For myself, I never heard about this information, never ever. I have to let you know first that I'm not a travel agent. I don't work for a government. I don't work for anyone. I'm just only Thai people who read the news. I read news every day, and every day. So I'm not a person who just sit in a meeting. I'm not a travel agent who get a chance to listen. But my news, when I give it to you, it's just a news that announced to the public. So something about wristband, I believe that is a conversation in a meeting. And sometimes it's just like, I feel like what they talk in the meeting, this is what I think, okay? This is my personal opinion. I think that in a meeting, it's probably come out, it's probably work, and probably doesn't work. For me, I just wait for a result, a confirmed result, which is announced from the public. So anything that they talk is probably work or not. And the wristband is only in a discussion. I don't know. But what I've heard, even until today, I never ever heard about the concept of wristband. I only heard about the application that you have to download application so they know where you are in Phuket. That's it all. But nobody mentioned about wristband at all. But just in case, if they announce, the government announce, the Ministry of Public Health announce, we're going to use a wristband, I will just letting you know. But in a meeting, sometimes it's just like something for myself, it's just like something that we are not necessary to hear everything. Otherwise, when we listen to them and if it doesn't work or anything, it's useless, I think. I mean, it's too messy in our mind, I think. I would rather, for myself, I would rather hear all the result. And after that, I would know like, okay, this is what they say exactly. And then I would know like what next I'm going to do. I don't want to hear what they discuss, they fight, because I would rather, for myself, I would rather wait for the final information after they have a fight and after 100 of ideas in the meeting room. So I hope you understand. I'm just only Thai person who wait for a certain news from the official Thai news. So that is why I could be slow or I could never heard about that kind of news that some of you probably heard from the travel agent or something like that. But I promise one thing. If I hear they announce officially, I'm going to tell you and you're going to be the first one who know from me. So on the 25th of June, which is next week, the Prime Minister going to fly from Bangkok to Phuket, and he's going to check everything, what is going to be ready, how it's going to be like. He's going to check the system at the airport, and also he's going to the hotel to see the vaccination system, going to see the port, how people transfer by the port, and also he's going to see the border, the system of how local Thai people come by car by the border between Phuket border. It's just like entering just only one way, that people who just drive by the car, that is only one way they can go to that area. So in July, Phuket Sandbox is going to be just only, I think I can say experiments, right? It's just like they have to see what is right, what is wrong. And after that, more town, more tourist destination. They are just online waiting to be open. But I don't want to tell you right now which one is going to be open because they don't promise anything. They only say that they're going to open as soon as possible. And anywhere, any provinces ready, they're going to open. So everything is all about vaccination in that tourist destination. For example, I can give you some idea. It could be Got Samui, PP, Phang Krabi, Chonburi. Chonburi is like Pattaya, Bangkok, Cham, Hua Hin, Buriram, and Chiang Mai. And also Got Phangan, Got Tao. I also already talked about it yesterday. And also next week on 21st of June, Chonburi Province Governor is going to talk with the Minister of Tourism and Sport about the possibility of reopen Chonburi or Pattaya or Got Lan or Sattahip, something like that. They're going to see the possibility that when they would be allowed them to open, but probably sometime in August. I'm going to give you information about Chonburi or Pattaya with you later. How about doctor? What doctor think about reopening Thailand? The doctor say, oh my God, that is scary. Are you sure? Some doctors said, oh, when a vaccination to Thai people is not ready yet and you already rush to open the country, it's just like you climb up on the mountain in the darkness. That is kind of, wow. Doctor have quite interesting perspective. Climbing on a mountain in the darkness. That's kind of scary, right? But I like adventure. And also this doctor said it's just because of right now, we still have a lot of risk of the many people who catch COVID-19 in the world. For example, like number 1 is Brazil, India, Russia, South Africa, and America. And also another doctor from another hospital also feel like, oh my God, really? Delta, Beta, aha. This is what he posts. This is what he posts on his Facebook. He said that right now, Thailand is still having a lot of problem of the new cluster. The problem is just because of we can't control people who come into the country illegally. a lot of people come to Thailand illegally from the border of the country. So that would be some things that he has to concern. But the people who work in the economy, financial, he think is a good side to announce the goal, to set a goal for reopening within 120 days. But there are three challenges for Thailand. Is one, you have to be able to control this third wave. Don't have another fourth wave. Thailand right now is between third wave of the COVID-19. And two, hopefully Thailand will give a vaccination to Thai people very well. Because some type of vaccine that we have in Thailand, some type of vaccine only stop having you die from COVID-19, but cannot stop having you to catch a COVID-19. And also the third one is he hoped that the distribution, English is difficult, the distribution, the system of the giving of distribute of the vaccine in the country must be professional. Because some rumors, some people say a politician, they just fight to get a vaccine and some province not as necessary. So the distribution is still a little bit more like a political distribution. So hopefully the distribution won't be much problem. And then Thailand should be okay and ready to reopen the country in another 120 days. So this is all. Today is quite long story, and I just want you to understand Thailand and overall about what's happening, what is happening in Thailand, and what we are doing right now as well. And I hope you understand a little bit better, not just only think about, can I say? Yeah, come on. I won't hear when you complain. Not just only think about yourself, I want to come, I want to come, I want to travel, I want to come. Please think about us also, that when we are not ready, we don't feel confident. That's why we have to be a little bit complicated at the beginning. I hope you understand. Sorry. But anyway, this is all what I want to tell you today. And any update about when will India open, Pakistan, Nepal, or anything like that, any update, if I hear anything, I'm going to tell you as well. So please don't worry that, oh, Teya, why don't you tell me like this, like that? No, if I don't tell, it means I don't hear anything. Anyway, you probably feel like, oh, she looks nice. Do I look nice? This is the dress that my tour guide friend, Miss Kay, she gave me, so I thanks to her. She just wants me to look nice like her. And also today I'm going to Bangkok. Yeah, I'm going to Bangkok for that again. Today I have to go to the hospital for CT scan. Yeah, my health is not quite good, so hopefully the result will be good. So please wish me luck again. I think you're starting to notice that when Teya looks a bit good, she's probably going to a hospital. Yeah, you're right. I have to go to Bangkok and stay at my sister's house for a few days again before I come back to the farmhouse again. So please wish me luck. I need some support from my subscribers. Anyway, this is all about the news today, and I hope that you think this information make you feel a little bit better. And please give me a thumb up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe. This channel is not a news channel, but it's more about Thailand history. If you want to know, if you want to learn about Thailand, please make sure to subscribe my channel. And if you appreciate it with information that you get today, you feel like you want to support my channel, you want to buy me a coffee. I need iced coffee today because I have to drive. Anyway, yeah, you can have a look in description how to buy me a coffee. For today, thank you so much for watching it to the end. I'll see you next time very soon. Probably not very often because I'm going to be a little bit busy. Oh, again, today is going to be announced. It's going to be a big meeting with a CCSA. Hopefully, after I finish from the hospital, I'm going to hear more update about CCSA meeting, and I'm looking forward to hear about that. I promise you, I'm going to update this news with you as soon as I can. Thank you so much. You all have a good day, and most importantly, please be healthy. สวัสดีค่ะ